Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, November 4th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to jump right to a recent event, and that is on Friday. We opened back above the 134.81 rising 2-month channel bottom after having closed below it the day before on Thursday. And when we settled below it, it was by a degree, by a hair, as you can see, but it was considered a technical sell signal. I also mentioned in Friday's report that if we gapped above 134.81, back above that, close back above it, we're back into a more bullish framework as we continue into November trade. So holding above 134.81 will keep 154.09 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And if we close today above 138.78, that basically underscores that. Now, sometimes these buy signals, these up pivots, as I call them, buy signals on strength above 138.78, sometimes you can say, oh, within 1 to 2 weeks. But no, they're so close together. Holding above 134.81 will keep 154.09 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And closing today above 138.78 is a buy signal on strength that clarifies 154.09 as an objective. So if you did not get long, stay long, whatever the case may be, above the 134.81 formation last Friday, your next opportunity to get long and stay long into later November is a settlement today above 138.78. I don't know about this on an intraday basis. I will say that if we close today above 138.78, 143.71 is likely tomorrow. Now, I do know that NVIDIA was recently inducted, if you will, into the Dow Jones. This happened late last week. And from what I understand, the aftermarket trade was right around 140. So, we could quite easily open today, Monday, above 138.78, which presents 138.78 as a day trade support level, and above which 143.71 is in reach today, where we can top out for the day. But if we do close today above 138.78, this given the fact that a day earlier, a trading day earlier, we closed back above this channel bottom at 134.81, that does set up the mid 150s and rising as a realistic 2 to 3 week objective. And if over the next few days we close above 143.71, by the end of next week, we could test 154.09. 154.09 is on the weekly chart, 158.97. 158.97 is a static level all week long, and on the daily chart, 154.09 is rising daily. And you can see how 158.97 over the next 2 to 3 weeks anyway, it more closely approaches the longer-term one-year channel top at 168.74. So I venture to say that, assuming we continue closing above 134.81 and anticipating 154.09 over the next several weeks, that 158.97 formation, 154.09 daily chart will be considered really kind of the beginning of a wide yet narrowing zone of longer-term resistance up to 168.74, where NVIDIA could top out through the first quarter and fall away again from there. But we're not near to that happening. But what we are near to happening is a settlement today above 138.78. Once again, that is a go long for a 3 to 5 day swing traders. You can anticipate 143.71. In fact, we could test 143.71 today if we open above 138.78. And as I say, if we close above 143.71, yet another reason to get long and stay long through the rest of the week into next. This is more of a 1 to 2 week play up to 154.09 if we settle today above 143.71. Now for this channel bottom at 134.81. I'm going to show you another chart. We've included a rising 1/3 speed line. Now we've yet to test this, and the speed line analysis, every stock, every market has its own idiosyncratic behavior. The speed lines don't work as well in our experience in NVIDIA as they do in some of the other markets, but they are still a valid trend defining instrument. And really what I'm saying here is, given the fact that there was a bit of a head fake last Thursday with the settlement just below the channel bottom at 134.81, we think it's wise to include the rising 1/3 speed line as part of a range of support down to 132.39. In other words, continued daily settlements now at or above 134.81 will keep the 154.09 formation in reach by the end of November or sooner. And inversely, a settlement below 132.39 is a clear sell opportunity for the 3 to 5 week time frame. This could be within 2 to 3 weeks. I'd say by the end of November, if we close below 132.39, we can anticipate the 110s, 111.20 to 114.09. So how you play this, I think you can, if you're long already, you stay long above 134.81. If you're not long already, you can consider buying 134.89. And then in terms of your stop loss, that should be below 132.39. And in fact, you're long above 134.81, anticipating the mid to upper 150s, as I've shown here several times, over the next 3 to 5 weeks. And inversely, if we close below 113.39, if you're adept and comfortable with it, you reverse and go short. And going short with a settlement below 132.39 could mean merely reaching for a 115 strike out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of months on this 3 to 5 week downside play. It's about as simple as that. On the way down, 3 to 5 day swing traders closing today below 132.39, 123.90, a 3/8 Fibonacci from the August low against the October high is considered our 3 to 5 day target. But once again, closing below 132.39, I see no good reason, at least at this point in time, to be long NVIDIA as we move into later November, anticipating the 111.20 to 114.09 region, where we could actually bottom out through the rest of the year and possibly well into the first quarter. And that is it. I mean, that is really it. You're long, our dynamic, our opinion, our bias remains bullish over the next 3 to 5 weeks above 134.89, anticipating, the channel top at 154.09 over the next 3 to 5 weeks. That becomes clarified with a settlement today above 138.78. And the inverse is true to the downside, that if we close below 132.39, then our bias shifts south, shifts bearish, anticipating the 110s, 111.20 to 114.09 within 3 to 5 weeks. And that becomes clarified further with a settlement below 123.90. But I do think that the settlement below 132.39, we can anticipate the 110s. I will have you know that the rising 1/3 speed line, the speed line analysis also has a rising 2/3 speed line. And when you close below a rising 1/3 speed line, the rule of thumb is you can anticipate the rising 2/3 speed line. And as it turns out, the rising 2/3 speed line is almost right on top of this channel bottom. It's just above 111.20. So I do see a validity with a target of the 111.20 to 114.09 region with a settlement below 132.39, because that correlates well with speed line analysis anyway. I think I've said it all. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. 2 stock picks a week, individual stock picks in different stocks across the mid to large cap spectrum, mostly large cap, household names, many AI and high tech stocks, software related, that offer, anywhere from a 20 to 40% move roughly over the 3 to 5 week to 3 to 5 month time frame. We don't present anything unless we're confident that you could see a 20% move in your favor if you were to act on those signals. Also, daily triple Q and daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock analysis, etc., etc. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial at wickedstocks.com. I will be back tomorrow with Tuesday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.